Welcome students. In this session we are going to discuss on syllogisms and Venn diagram. So let us first understand what we mean by argument. Let us consider the first statement, John is an Indian. Okay? Then you see the second statement, that is all Indians are smart. And based on these first two statements, one can make this conclusion that John is smart. So, John is an Indian is called premise 1. All Indians are smart is called premise 2. And based on these two, we are making the conclusion that John is smart. See, these particular statements or the premises may not be realistically true, but for the sake of argument, whatever is given in the statements, that you have to consider to be true, and based on that only you have to make the conclusions. Now, what are the different types of premises? Now see, the premises can be two kinds in general, universal and particular. Again, each of these universal and particular can be either affirmative or negative. Now, universal affirmative kind of premise is like all A are B. Okay. Now, similarly, you can consider universal negative premise, that is no A or B. Or you can see the particular affirmative, that is some A or B, and particular negative like some A are not B. Okay. So now let us see all these kinds of premises one by one, what they means, or how can we visualize each of them through Venn diagrams. First, consider the universal affirmative kind of statements like all A are B. Now, all A are B, that can be represented by this Venn diagram 1.1. You can see that all A are B. That means you can consider that A is a subset of B. This thing is the minimum that is to be satisfied for this statement. Or you can think in this way also. This is also indicating the Venn diagram so that this statement is true. That means you can consider that all A and B, or the A and B are the same set. Okay. That means from this particular statement that all A are B, you cannot infer that there are some elements in B that are not in set A. Maybe looking at this particular Venn diagram, you may thought of that there are some B which are not A. But we cannot conclude from this statement that all A are B, because all A are B can also be like this. That means you cannot infer or you cannot conclude that there are some B which are not in set A. So that conclusion you cannot make, because this is another possibility. Okay, where A and B are the same set. So to represent all A or B, either we can draw this or we can draw this. That means all A or B having two possibilities, and whatever conclusion you have to make, that has to satisfy both these conditions. Now you see, it is different from all B or A. Definitely it is different from all B or A, because in case of all B or A, it will be the B is a subset of A. Okay. So all B or A is different from all A or B. That is clear from this particular Venn diagram. Now coming to the next statement or the premise, which is universal and negative statement. Here you can see that no A or B. This is very simple. No A or B, that means there is nothing common between A and B, and which is represented by this symbol. Okay. and you can see that no A or B, which is exactly similar as no B or A. Okay, that means these two sets are disjoint set. That means there is nothing common between A and B. Okay, so it also can be written as that all A are not B. Okay, it's all the same. Now coming to this statement, that which is a particular but affirmative statement. Here the statement is some A or B. Now some A or B, the bare minimum requirement is that some portion is common between A and B. Okay, so some portion has to be common, and that cannot be empty between A and B. But you remember that some A or B also satisfy this particular Venn diagram. You see where A and B are the same. So in that case also you can say that some A or B. Okay, these are very, very important to understand. Now see this particular Venn diagram where B is a subset of A. Here also you can say that some A or B, right? Or you can see here A is the subset of B. Here also we can say that some A or B. Okay, so in all these Venn diagrams are the different possibilities of some A or B. Okay, now there is at least one element that is both in set A and B, that we can see from this diagram or any of the diagram. This is true. Cannot infer that some A are not B. We cannot infer that some A are not B. Maybe from the first diagram it may looks like that there may be some A which is not a part of B, but you see this is a possibility for some A or B. So you cannot infer that there are some A which is not B here in this diagram. Okay, or here in this diagram you can see that all of these A may be B within B. So you cannot infer that some A are not B from this statement, that some A are B. Okay, this is very important. If all these Venn diagrams are in your mind, then definitely you cannot infer this one. Now see the final conclusion, that it is the same as some B or A. Okay, it is same as some B or A. Basically the thing is, the bare minimum condition is that something has to be common between A and B. That is the only condition. It can be more than that you can see here or here or here. Okay, so some B or A and some A or B are exactly same. Now see the last one, which is the particular negative kind. Okay, so particular negative premise, like some A are not B. Now some A are not B, which means if you see this particular diagram, some A are not B, this is one of the possibility, and here you can see this portion cannot be empty. Okay, some A are not B. Or you can think that this Venn diagram, that the whole A is not B, is also a case of some A are not B. Or you can think this diagram, that there are some A which are not B. So any one of these are possible cases corresponding to some A are not B. Okay, so here we cannot infer that some A are B. That some A are not B does not mean that some A are B, and that is clear from the diagram 4.2. Okay, so some A are B, that conclusion you cannot make, and that is clear from this diagram. It is different from some B are not A. Definitely it is different from some B are not A. Okay, because this diagram is telling that some B are not A. Okay, so but that is not possible. So you cannot some B are not A. In that case maybe these two diagram will match, but this diagram will be just the reverse. That means in that case A might be subset of B. Okay, so that is different in that sense. So now let us see some example problem, and through that problem let us try to learn that what is the technique by which this these kind of problems are solved. First, see how the problems are given in the examination. You see, the statements are given like all cars are trucks. See, one thing that do not confuse with these premises with the practical situations. Okay, for the sake of argument, I have told you in the first slide that you have to consider that these are true, and based on that you have to conclude. Okay, so all cars are trucks, no vans are cars. So these are the two statements given, and after that some of the conclusions have been given. Okay, these conclusions have been given, and finally the question is that out of these options which one is correct, or basically you have to find out that which of the conclusions are correct or incorrect, and based on that actually you will be given options. Okay, so let us try to solve this problem. In this particular problem we will try to solve it in detail so that you can visualize that how we are thinking. So basically the visualization with the Venn diagram will help you to understand or conclude easily without the statements, and definitely the main objective of this particular example that I am going to show now is to the different steps I am showing so that you can understand that how the thinking process is to be done. But when you are going to do the actual problems, actually you do not need to do all these steps. Most of the things will be in your mind. So actually these problems are not so difficult or lengthy. These problems can be done within few seconds. Only thing, certain tricks that you have to apply, that we are going to see in the next problem, not in this problem. In this problem we'll try to give you the total visual idea that how we are thinking to solve this problem. Let us start to solve this problem. So what are the statements? Let us try to draw the Venn diagram corresponding to these statements. So let us consider the first statements, that all cars are trucks. Now all cars are trucks. The bare minimum condition might be this one, that here is the car, C represents the car, and the outer one which is the truck. Okay, so that is one of the possibility that all cars are trucks. But there is another possibility that you already know, because this is our universal and affirmative premises that you know. So the another possibility is that cars and trucks are the same set. Okay, so these are the two possibilities for the statement 1. What is the possibilities of statement 2? That no vans are cars. So basically what we do, so we'll draw car, we'll draw van, and these are disjoint set. There is no connection, right? They are disjoint set. There is nothing common between cars and vans. So these are the three diagrams that we can draw from out of these two statements. But we have to join these diagrams, and we have to see only one diagram. So how to join this diagram? Let us try to join the diagram 2 with 1.1, and then we'll try to join it with 1.2 also, and we'll see what are the possibilities. Now see what are the different cases that we can form out of this. So first you see that it can be like this. If we join 1.2, if we join 1.2 and 2, what you will get? That T and C are the same set, and here is the van. Okay, so this can be a possibility. What are the other possibilities? You just consider 1.1 and 2. So what you can consider, that here is 1.1, and let us consider van is there. It is known that this car and van, they are disjoint. Okay, now you consider the case 3. That is also possible, that some portion may be common between truck and van. Here you can see in this diagram, but it is not violating any of our statement, because the car and van, nothing is common. As long as car and van nothing is common, all these possibilities are possible. Okay, so basically this 1, 2, 3 and 4, these are the different 4 cases possible corresponding to these two statements. Now let us see the different conclusions, and here we have finally these 4 cases are there that you have to see. Now what is the first conclusion? The first conclusion is that no trucks are vans. Okay, so no trucks are van. So no trucks are van, but here in this diagram you can see there is a portion where truck and van is common. So the first conclusion is not correct. Clear? Now you see all vans are trucks. Here you can see all vans are not trucks. So this conclusion is definitely not correct. Then some trucks are vans. Okay, some trucks are vans. Here you can see some trucks are not vans because they are not anything common. So this conclusion is also not correct. Now see, some vans are not trucks. Some vans are not trucks. So here you can see, you see case number 4, that all the vans are trucks. So this conclusion is also not true. We cannot conclude that some vans are not trucks, because here you can see it is a possibility that all vans are trucks. So you cannot conclude surely that some vans are not trucks. So that is also not true. So definitely from your answers choice, 1 is not correct, 2 is not correct, 3 is not correct, 4 is not correct. Only option that remains is 5. What is 5? If either 1 or 3 follows. What is there in the 1? The 1 telling that no trucks are vans. No trucks are vans are basically which cases? These cases, no trucks are vans. These cases, no trucks are vans. Okay. And what is in option 3? Option 3 tells some trucks are vans. So some trucks are vans. So that is option 3, and some trucks are vans is option 4. So if you consider both 1 and 3, you see that it is now exhaustive. So definitely that either 1 or 3 follows. Okay, so this is the correct answer for this question. Okay, now let us see how to actually solve this problem. Actually, in solving this problem, you need not to consider all these possibilities. You need not to consider all these possibilities. What you have to do, you have to draw the Venn diagram with minimum overlap. So might be from the method that you have shown in the first problem, you have seen that we have drawn all the possible diagrams that we have drawn to make you understand the thing what is happening. But what is the technique that I am now going to tell you that you have to follow. So the first thing is that you have to draw the minimum overlap. Minimum overlap means the bare minimum condition that you have to draw. What are the bare minimum conditions for all A or B? For all A or B, this universal affirmative sentence, remember the bare minimum condition is this, that all A or B. Definitely you know that all A or B having another option also where A and B are same, but you need not to bother about that. You just draw the bare minimum condition, and this is what is called the minimum overlap. So you have to draw the Venn diagram of the minimum overlap for each of the statements. Now see, sum A or B. For the sum A or B, this is the minimum condition, that something has to be common here. Okay, something has to be common here. So this is the bare minimum condition. There you know that there may be the other possibilities also, but you need not to bother about the other possibilities. You just draw this minimum overlap Venn diagram. Okay. Now let us see how to solve by drawing this minimum overlap Venn diagram the problems. Now here are the 4 statements and certain conclusions are there, and based on that you have to find out the answer. Okay, so start with the first one, that some bikes are cars. Okay, so some bikes are cars. So let us consider this is bike. Okay, say this is bike. Some bikes are cars. So something is common between bike and car. This is what is the bare minimum condition. Clear? Okay. What is the next? All ships are trains. Okay. All ships are trains. So you draw that all ships are trains. Okay. So here you write ships and here it is train. So all ships are trains. Okay. So this is what is the statement 2. Now at least some buses are cars. Remember here this at least does not mean anything. So this is what is the statement, that is some buses are cars. So some buses are cars, that means the bare minimum condition is this one, that this portion is a bus. Okay. And what is the final condition? That is no buses are ships. That means bus and ship, nothing is common. So this is what is the minimum overlap Venn diagram of the statements. I think up to this much it is clear. Now we will see how to solve the problem. Now come to the first statement. All cars are trains. You see, where is car? Here is car. All cars are train. Definitely from this figure, this is not true. All cars are trains. False. This conclusion you cannot make. Then some trains are ships. Some trains are ships. That is definitely true. Some buses are bikes. Some buses are bikes. In this diagram, this is definitely not. Some buses are bikes. Definitely it is possible that the buses might include some of the bikes, but in this diagram where we have drawn the bare minimum situation, you can clearly see it is possible that some buses may not be bikes. So some buses are definitely bike. That conclusion you cannot make. So this is also wrong. Some cars are buses. So some cars are buses. Definitely this is true. So here you can see statement 2 and statement 4, these two are true. Now which option will be correct then? You see, if only 2, only 1, if only 2 and 4 follows. So the answer will be option C. Clear? Now see the next problem. Some cakes are roses. This is the first statement. So let us draw. Some cakes are roses. Okay. So draw cakes. Say this is cake. Let us consider this is rose. So some cakes are roses. That means something is common. So first statement we have written. Then all roses are trucks. Now all roses are trucks. How can we draw? We can draw in this way. One of the way might be you can draw in this way. Okay, that all roses are trucks. So you can draw in this way, but there is a problem. This is not a bare minimum diagram. Why this is not a bare minimum diagram? Because all roses are trucks. In drawing this, you have included this region which is not part of rose, but the truck and the car, that is common. So no statements is giving that information to you. Okay, so this is definitely one of the possibilities, but this is not a bare minimum possibility. So what is the bare minimum possibility? That you have to draw. So how can we draw the bare minimum possibility? That you observe carefully. So what we will do, instead of drawing this, sorry, this was cars, this was roses. Now what you have to do, carefully observe that you consider the trucks which is a superset of R, you draw in this fashion. Okay, so this will be your truck. Now you see all the roses are within truck, but we have not disturbed in this region. Okay, everything that we have extended outside. So this is what is the bare minimum condition. In this way we can draw that all roses are trucks. Clear? Now coming to third statement, that no trucks are bricks. Okay, so these two are disjoint set. No trucks are bricks. Okay, so let us draw bricks here, and it is known that no trucks are bricks. Okay, what is the final statement? At least some bricks are hotels. At least some bricks are hotels. Okay, so draw the bare minimum condition that some bricks are hotels. Say H is the hotel. Okay, so this is what is the bare minimum Venn diagram. Now from this diagram let us try to conclude. Now see, the first conclusion is some trucks are cakes. Okay, oh sorry, this one was cake, not car, na? Right. Some trucks are cakes. Okay, so from this diagram it is clear that some trucks are cakes. That is true. So this is true. Some bricks are roses. Definitely not clear from this diagram. So you cannot conclude. All cakes are trucks. All cakes are trucks, that you cannot conclude from here. You can see all cakes are trucks. That might be a possibility, but you cannot conclude. Now see, some hotels are cakes. Some hotels are cakes. That might be a possibility, but here you can see that you cannot conclude that some hotels are cakes. Definitely they are far away, so you cannot conclude that this will happen. So the option is A. So if only one follows, so this one is correct. So option A is the answer. Okay, now coming to the next problem. So this is problem number 4. So first statement is all tigers are dogs. Okay, so let us draw dogs, and here is your tiger. All tigers are dogs. That you can draw in this way. Then some tigers are cats. Some tigers are cats. So something is common between tiger and cat, but again if you want to do that, you see this portion is going to come. So here is the problem. So it is not going to be the bare minimum condition. So we have to correct it. How to correct it? Already we know how to correct it. So what we do is this. Let us draw it again. Observe carefully. Some tigers are cars. So this is tigers, and this is cars. Cats, sorry, tigers are cats. So this is cat. So tiger and cat, something has to be common. And all tigers are dogs. All tigers are dogs. So you have to draw it in this way, so that the bare minimum condition is achieved. Okay, then all cats are lions. Again you have to consider the bare minimum condition. So all cats are lions. All cats are lions. Okay, And finally, all cows are lions. Okay, so all cows are lions, so you have to consider the bare minimum condition. So consider, here is the cow, so this portion is cow. Okay, so this portion is cow. So this is the bare minimum Venn diagram, or the minimum overlap Venn diagram. Now see the conclusions one by one. The first conclusion, you see, some dogs are lions. Some dogs are lions. That is true. Some dogs are lions. Something is common. So this is true. Some cows are dogs. Some cows might not be dog. Clear from this diagram. So this is not true. Some lions are tigers. Some lions, here you can see some lions are definitely tigers. So that is also true. All cats are dogs. All cats might not be dogs. That is clear. So that is also not true. So 1 and 3 is correct. So option D will be the answer. 1 and 3 follow. Okay. Now the problem number 5 is bit different from the problems that we have discussed in last few examples. Why? You see the conclusion parts. The conclusion parts, here you see the negative conclusions are coming. But if you observe the first few examples, where in all the conclusion statements, you find that all of them were affirmative. Since all of them were affirmative, so there was not much problem with the bare minimum diagram. You easily will be able to solve. But you have to be careful when you are considering these negative statements in the conclusions. So that is the first thing that you have to observe, whether in your conclusions contain any negative statements or not. If conclusion contains negative statements, in that case, remember, you have to consider, or you have to think that what are the other possibilities other than the bare minimum. So but definitely here in this case also, we'll start by drawing the bare minimum Venn diagram first, minimum overlap Venn diagram first, and then when we conclude, then we'll observe the other possibilities, and that is not actually difficult. If you do few problems, it will be very easy. Now see, here first try to draw the minimum overlap diagram first. That some melons are kiwis. Okay, so this is problem number 5. Some melons are kiwis. So let us draw. This is melon M, and some melons are kiwis. This is kiwis. Okay. So first statement. Second statement, all grapes are plums. Okay. So all grapes are plums. So let us draw. All grapes are plum. So let us consider this is plum and this is grapes. All grapes are plums. Then all kiwis are apples. Okay, all kiwis are apples. So again you have to remember for the bare minimum diagram, where from you have to start, that you have to remember always. You have to start in this way. Okay, so all kiwis are apple. All kiwis are apple. Finally, no apples are grapes. Okay, so no apples are grapes. So apple and grapes are disjoint. No apples are grapes. So this is what is the bare minimum diagram that we have completed. But remember, when we will conclude the negative statements, then you have to be very, very careful. Okay, for the affirmative sentences there is no problem. So first see the first conclusion. Some apples are melons. Some apples definitely will be melon. So that is true. Now see, some grapes are kiwis. Some grapes are kiwis. That is definitely you cannot conclude, because you can see from this diagram. Now you observe carefully. No apples are plums. So the conclusion is no apples are plums. This one is a negative statement. So you have to be careful that only from this bare minimum diagram you will not be able to answer. You have to think of other possibilities. See, no apples are plums. No apples are plums. That is given. You see, apples cannot be into apples will be disjoint with the grapes, but there is no relationship that is given between apple and the plum. Okay, so it is very much possible that some of the apples is no apples are plums. You actually cannot conclude. If you just simply consider the set of apple like this instead of this, if you just consider the set of apple like this, then you can see that your condition that the apple and grapes, there is nothing common between them. That statement is also satisfying. But it is possible that some of the apples are, so you cannot conclude that no apples are plums. Okay, though maybe from the bare minimum diagram it looks like that, but you cannot actually conclude because these possibilities are there. So this is also not true. Now see, no melons are grapes. See, for the melons, actually the only condition that is given that something has to be common with the kiwis. But the melons can be grapes. There is no such boundaries there for the melons. Okay, so instead of doing the melons like this, you can also consider the melons are something portion that is within the grapes. So there is no problem in it. So you cannot actually conclude that no melons are grapes. Okay, for the bare minimum diagram we have not shown, but it is very much possible that some of the melons may be within the grapes. So this is also not correct. So only the first one will follow. So option A is correct. So just observe carefully that when the negative statements are coming, in that case only you have to think of the other possibilities. Okay, and then you have to conclude, okay, other than that it is not possible or possible. Okay, so other possibilities you have to look for only when the negative statements are coming. Now see, this is another problem where again two negative statements are there, but again we will start with the bare minimum Venn diagram. So this is problem number 6. Okay, so at least some trams are auto. Okay, so first you draw, this is say a tram and this is say auto. So some trams are auto. Then what? All trams are cycles. So draw the bare minimum condition. All trams are cycles. All cycles are trucks. Okay, remember this is tram. Okay, so all cycles are trucks. So all cycles are trucks. What you do? Just the bare minimum condition you just extend in this way. All cycles are trucks. And no trains are cycles. Okay, so no trains are cycles. So you just draw train, and you see that no trains are cycles. Okay, so train and cycles are disjoint sets. So this is what is the bare minimum diagram. Now let us try to conclude. So first conclusion given, that some trucks are autos. Some trucks are definitely going to be auto. That is true. Then no trams are trains. This is a negative statement. So you have to observe carefully. No trams are trains. Here you see tram. Okay. And since cycles are within the trams, or at most that cycles and trams will be the same. Okay. So what you can say, since cycles and trains are not common, definitely it is not possible that some trains will be trams. So no trams are trains. This is basically true, because however you draw, that you cannot include within the cycle, and unless you include within the cycle, you cannot get tram, because tram is always within the cycle. So definitely this is also a correct statement. Now coming to the third one, that no trains are autos. Okay, no trains are autos. You see that auto having other part here, so you cannot say that no trains are auto. It is very much possible that auto have something common with the trains. It is very much possible. So you cannot say that the no trains are autos. So that is not the correct conclusion. Finally, you see that some trains are not trucks. Some trains are not trucks. Some trains are not truck. Some trains are not truck. That conclusion you can see that maintaining this disjoint set of train, you can put the train here within it. Suppose this is train, and in that case also it is disjoint with C. But you see that all the trains are within the truck. So some trains are not truck, that you cannot conclude. It is possible that all the trains are truck. So some trains are not truck, that you cannot conclude. So this is also incorrect statement. So option conclusion 1 and 2 follow. So the answer will be option B. Okay. Now next come to the this problem. Here see that some pens are tables. Okay, some pens are tables. So you draw, suppose this is pen. Some pens are tables. Okay, all pens are desk. All pens are desk. All pens are desk. All tables are chair. All tables are chair. Then at least some papers are chair. At least some papers are chairs. Okay. At least some papers are chair. Okay. So this is what is the bare minimum Venn diagram. So now let us see the conclusion. Some papers are desk. Some papers are desk. That is definitely true. Okay, some papers are desk. That is definitely true. We can conclude that. Is it so? Some papers are desk. Some papers, oh sorry, this is pen. Paper, this one is paper. Some papers are desk. You cannot conclude this one, that some papers are desk, clearly from this diagram. Okay, I'm sorry, I thought that this one is paper. Okay, so some papers are desk, it is not true. Then no papers are table. This is a negative statement. So very important. So you have to consider the other possibilities that you can see here. No papers are tables. So where is paper? Here is paper. Here is table. So no papers are a table. Is it possible? This is not true definitely, because instead of this, if you can draw the papers in this way, suppose instead of that you can also draw papers like this, right? Your paper can be like this. In that also, that your final condition that some papers are chairs, that means something is common, that is also satisfying. So in that case it is possibility that some papers are tables. So no papers are tables you cannot actually conclude. So this is also not correct. Then you see some desks are not chairs. Okay, where is desk? Here is desk. And where is chair? Here is chair. So some desks are not chair. Okay, you look carefully. Some desks are not chair. Whether this is correct or not. See, if you consider, say this is table, and if you consider something is common, like say suppose if you consider this as pen, okay, and you can also consider these are desk. Okay, you can consider this as desk, you can consider these as pens, because these are basically the possibilities, right? So this is pen and this is a desk, and here you can see that and finally when you draw the chair, which will be larger one, you see that all the desks may be within the chair. So you actually cannot conclude that the sum of the desks are not chair. It is possible that all the desks will be chair. So some of the desks are not chair, you cannot definitely conclude. So this is also not true. Okay, so some desks are not papers. Okay, here is desk and here is paper. Some desks are not paper, that also you cannot conclude, because if you just simply thought of that your paper is a very large set, okay, if you just think of that your paper is suppose this one, that is not violating any condition, because paper having only one condition with the chair, that something has to be common. In that case also it will satisfy. And you see that some desks are not paper, that you cannot conclude, because all of the desks may be within the paper, right? So this is also not correct. Okay, so these are the negative statements. You see negative statements how we have handled. That means we have to think of what may be the other possibilities also. Okay, that is why this kind of problem is bit involved, but these are not difficult. If you try of your own, you will find that problems are not so difficult. So in this particular problem, what will be the answer? Answer will be none of this, that is E. Okay, thank you.